What's up, everybody? Clint here tonight. Excited to be joining you all and for all of you to be joining me this Monday. Coming at you guys, honestly, just to hang out for a little bit. No serious topic or anything like that, even though there's a lot that we could be discussing, but that is what it's on this side, right? The chat is for. So I'll be getting all to your Q and A and all that type of fun stuff. And if we got a little bit of time, why not some blast your blasters? How about it, right? So should be a pretty good time tonight. Again, if you want to submit your builds for tonight, magdumpmafia@gmail.com. All right. And of course, big shout out to the homies 2A Bourbon for supplying me with my fuel for tonight. That's what I've got in my little Live Free Rocks Glass 308 bullet lodged into the side of it from Ben Shot. By the way, I still have a couple of these left, and if you guys want some, bam, there you go. I'll post it up in the chat for you guys, all right? Of course, all that helps the channel, helps the Nods Fund, believe me, all right? And you're probably looking just over my left shoulder here, and you're like, wait a minute. What's that? Yeah, that little guy's on loan. It's not actually mine, so... it is what it is, but it is a Licentia PVS 14. It's a Gen 3. It's white phosphor. I mean, it's a nice PVS 14, but I really do think I want binos. I think that's really what I want. But have I been walking around outside with this and doing just fine? Yes, I've always rocked the PVS 14 pretty well. And this Licentia is like cheating because what I'm used to is that AGM like Gen 2 green, and it just, and I was pretty quick with it, but nah, binos is like cheating, And you want every tactical advantage you want. You want a force multiplier. You want to win, right? So makes sense. Anyway, missed you guys. Hope you all are doing well. Things are obviously extremely busy per usual, but only in like the best way. So thank you guys for joining again tonight. Let's hang out. Let's talk for a little bit. And, I keep trying to ask my buddy, you might recognize him, Alec. I keep asking Alec to join, a couple of these streams. And I feel like he and I together doing a little, rate my rifle type setup, whatever, stream would be pretty hilarious. All right. But hey, we do have some pretty cool and exciting things planned coming up in the future, hopefully with Alec. Maybe one day we will see. Like I said, I keep trying to twist that arm a little bit, but what can you do? But recently my buddy John, you guys know John from Classic, and he's behind the camera most of the time. He came up and helped me out with a little bit of content recently, and I'm looking to do a little bit more with him. I found a local videographer that does some really cool stuff. He's going to be helping me out with something really big soon, because if you guys haven't noticed, we are creeping our way up to 90,000 subscribers right now. So thank all of you guys for that and the support. And 100K is right around the corner. And we know once we hit 100,000 subscribers that a premium RA-15 from Rostic Arms. Yes, it's a Rostic Arms 15, RA-15. I'm not saying AR-15 backwards, okay? RA-15 premium is going to be made available to you at 100K. All right. So I'm still working on everything, but let's just say the rifle is going to be completely loaded out. Like you're going to be able to pick it up from your FFL and take it right to the range. You're not going to need anything else except ammo. I'm not supplying the ammo. Okay. I'm trying here. All right. Maybe if I get it. And if you guys know anybody that's looking to, I don't know, sponsor via ammo, we can have that conversation. That'd be kind of fun. All right. I'm just throwing that out there. So maybe one day. Okay. What else is new and exciting? I had drill. I have the moto stash. I got to, show my Marines that, you can have facial hair and that little bit. And that's really about it. So anyway, thank you guys again for being here. Thank you, Rostic Arms, for supporting the channel and everything. Daryl, I actually got to call you tomorrow, let you know what give you an update on things that are to come. I've got some good news. Let's just say a pretty big name is contributing to the giveaway. I can I'm just going to say it, whatever, dude. So they're contributing. All right. And it's a name that we all probably know. So that's exciting. Okay. Okay, cool. With that, thank you, Fish and Gunner JF, for becoming a monthly member of the channel. Greatly appreciate that support. Thank you, Jake. Also, good to see you. Thanks for this first super chat of the night. Hey, Clint, I'll give you $5 if you do my build. I see what you did there. Fair enough. Whatever. We'll hop into the, bust your builds and all that stuff here in just a little bit. By the way, if you guys haven't seen my latest video, I just dropped a video on the Henry 4570 all-weather, and I submerged it for 24 hours. Henry told me that I probably couldn't break the thing, so I'm like, okay, it's an all-weather. It's not a submersible. So I'm going to dunk it in water, right? And for whatever reason, that video is doing very bad. So if y'all could go like, comment, share, all that type of fun stuff, that'd be really great. I was actually expecting it to be kind of a hit because, like, who doesn't want to see what that gun can't handle? And maybe you guys just don't want to see such a beautiful gun get messed up. That's probably true. That's probably accurate. You know what else is accurate? That 4570 after being left in the water for 24 hours. So you should go watch that video. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and hop right on over to it. Man, I just want to say shout out to the Monadnock Shootist. Man, 9 hours. I'm impatient. Yeah, whenever I first posted the stream that it was happening tonight, that was about 9 hours ago. So here we are. Tanner, always good to see you, bro. Hope you and Alexis are doing well, man. And then Pendragon, you wrote a novel, bro. I'm not going to lie. I responded to you and I said, dang, bro, that's a lot. I wasn't lying. So I'm just going to there's that one and that one and that one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And then you got to me saying, dang, bro, that's a lot. I definitely appreciate you being active in the chat, man. And with all that, I'm just going to get to the last one that you sent in that entire spiel about you've got several hundred pounds of propane that you have to get into storage without blowing yourself up. And thoughts and prayers. All right. Like, I hope you're still with us, and I hope you still have all of your digits and all of your limbs. All right. Solid. Country Bear Assassin, always good to see you as well. Thank you also for being a monthly member. And let's go ahead and help Country Bear Assassin out here because he's looking for good advice on ambidextrous handguns. Interesting. After an injury, you can no longer run and gun right-handed. I'm looking for the best ambi handgun for under 1,000. Any advice? First of all, I'm sorry that you've got an injury like that, man. That sucks. I hope it's something that isn't permanent, man. But it sounds like you can no longer run and gun right-handed. Yikes, dude. All right, so ambidextrous. Well, there's probably one gun I'm not going to recommend right now. And that's a SIG 320. Yeah, and look, I still have my SIG 320. My custom works. It's right back here. I have ran the hell out of the thing. I've run the hell out of multiple different SIG 320s. The Marsoc version, the M18, even a little bit of the M17, the Viking Tactics model. That's pretty much the M17 with like some cool accessories and whatnot. I've had one fall out of a holster. It's still on Classics YouTube channel. When I was doing the running and gunning with Battleline Tactical, right? And I have never once had an ND with a 320. Knock on wood. It's crazy to me though how much publicity this issue has gotten. I don't think there's been any other documentation as thorough and as abundant as this issue with the 320. Just because I haven't had a problem doesn't mean there's not a problem, right? Like, totally get that, and I'm willing to admit that. So I after watching Brandon Herrera's video about SIG pretty much gaslighting us, look, I love SIG. I'm a huge fan of SIG, love their products, multiple products. I own multiple of like their optics and their guns and everything. So I love SIG. But come on, man. Like, it ends today. That was their post, wasn't it? Like, you just had to say something. And now it's gone from it ends today to remove that E and it endies today. And that's where we're at, you know? So it's like, rant over. Let's talk about ambidextrous pistols for Country Bear Assassin. Have you considered Walther? Like, just throwing it out there. Obviously, I think you talked about Glock being an obvious choice. And yeah, Glock's reliable. Like I said, in my top 5 guns of the apocalypse, for the apocalypse, right? Like, are these my favorite guns? No. But are they reliable? Are they abundant? Are they a common ammo type or cartridge? Yeah, you know, like they're mainstays. They're gonna be there. They're always gonna be around. They're reliable. They're accurate. They're gonna do exactly what you want them to do. And so Glock is definitely a pretty solid choice in this regard. I'm sure there's a couple of others. CZ might be another that you could take a look at. So I want to hear, obviously, from the chat as well. And maybe this is a video I could do, top 5 ambidextrous pistols. I am going to be doing a battle of ambi lower ARs very soon. Now that I've gotten pretty much all of the ambi lowers I want, except I have to borrow one from Radian to get the ADAC lower, which I really, really want. I might just buy one. Honestly, I might just buy one because they're so freaking cool. You know, I could buy a complete R1 and go, you know, into debt, and I don't want to do that. You know, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to go into debt. You know, but I think about it and it's like totally a worthy cause, but I'm going off on a rant again. So, ADHD, you know, this helps. All right. Y'all help Country Bear out here. What do you guys think as far as an ambi pistol goes? Is the P10F from CZ? Is that one ambi? Y'all help me out. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't have enough experience with it to even remember. So there you go. Flying Rich, always good to see you, bro. Yo. What's up? Truth hurts. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope you all are doing wonderful. Rostic is saying FNs. There we go. Rostic FNs are full ambi, at least the new ones. So there you go. Also, FNs showing a little ad out there, a little commercial. Just remember, everybody, shop Rostic Arms. And since we're talking about commercials, don't forget Monadnock Firearms. All right, those are homies of mine. Code Magdump. Support them, support me. We'd both greatly appreciate it. All right. Pin Dragon. I assume you moved all that propane without any issues. The Charter Arms Southpaw Undercover 38 Special, around $400, but it's not the gun to go back and forth between hands. It's dedicated to left-hand revolver that opens right. Huh. Southpaw Undercover 38. It opens right hand. I mean, it's an option. That is not exactly ambi, but it is southpaw, left-handed. All right, that's cool. X marks the spot. Always good to see you as well, man. I hope you're enjoying some of the things that you purchased from magdumpmerch.store. Thank you. Let's see here. We've got Fish and Gunner JF. What does everyone think about the Smith Carry comp? It's pretty sweet. All right. Whenever I recently did that video about porting versus non-porting, and you know, I covered mostly velocity and just overall feel. I didn't get into, and I should have in the video, and I'm sorry I didn't, but that just means I can make another video about it. Or just redo the video and just drop it again, being like, hey, I know I did this before, but I want it to be all inclusive of also decibels, sounds, and low light shooting. I have all right, so put it this way. And there's a reason why I'm bringing up porting when we're talking about compensated pistols. And I keep looking that direction because that's where my TAC Pro is that I used in that video. And I want to say this about that video is, yes, ported pistols are louder. You have those hot gases escaping sooner through the ports than just directly out the muzzle, right? Okay, cool. So those hot gases making that connection to the air, and then all of a sudden you have that reaction, right? Okay, they're louder. Obviously, there's going to be a more visible flash. Okay, so for low light shooting, it's going to be instantaneous, but it's still going to be flash. I would like to actually do that video in dark, and let's see if it does completely throw us off, especially under nods. Right? I think that'd be a pretty fun video. So I think port, I'll do a part 2. Port versus non night shoot. Maybe I could have a friend in that one too. I think my buddy Lex, who I've had on the stream before from Three Teeth, I think he would have a good time with that. He loves shooting, so that'd be a good time. But anyway, Bull Armory is coming out with the TAC comp, the TAC Pro comp, which I'm really excited for because now you're combining the flat shooting ports and the soft shooting comp together, and you have this marriage of soft and flat, and I think it's going to be wicked cool. It's coming out later this year, and fingers crossed I'll be getting my hands on one of them. And so compensated pistols for carry, I say yes. You guys already know I got my 365 SIG, 365 AXG Legion, and I love that gun. Absolutely love it. I think it's a great carry option. And I like the idea of a compensated pistol for concealed carry because you have something flat shooting, which also tends to, or at least softer recoiling, that also tends to offer a little bit quicker follow-up shot if need be. And if you take a look at a lot of law enforcement videos, things like that, typically people don't go down with just one shot. If a threat is a threat, you end the threat. How many rounds will that take? You know what I'm saying? So we'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Mike Yu, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. We've got, love what you're doing with the new channel. Keep up the great work. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being a member. Also, Rostic Arms, thank you, dude. I submitted a personal build tonight. Make sure you guys stick around. Cheers to all the Magdump Mafia and Rostic Arms supporters. Appreciate you, bro. We've got Jason Noble. What's up, dude? Thank you so much. You guys see that flag behind me here? In fact, hold on. Stand by. Wait a minute. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's Noble Works right there, everybody. So this is a smaller version of what I have behind me. And these things are beautiful. Jason does fantastic work out of Tennessee. And he donated a couple extra to the channel that maybe I'll give away. All right. So stick around. You know what? Not tonight. I'm going to save it. I'm going to put up a goal next live stream, whether that be Friday, next Monday, whenever it might be that I have time for. And I'll put up a goal and I'll give away this one. And then he gave me an Air Force one. He gave me an Army one, but I gave that to Rob at Monadnock Firearms. He was in the Army. I won't hold that against him. And I got a Navy one, so everybody that was in the Air Force or the Navy, let me know. So shoot me an email, magdumpmafia@gmail.com. And of course, support Jason. Jason's going to be working on getting on his website up and everything. He's obviously a member, fan of the channel and everything. So thank you, Jason. Greatly appreciate that, dude. And just how freaking cool is that, man? I've got the best viewers. I got the best fans. I don't care what anybody else says. You guys are all awesome. And look what Jason did, right? That's pretty. I'm going to set that over here right behind my bottle of 2A bourbon that you guys can't see right now. Cool. I'm going to lay it down because I'm going to drop it. And then I'm going to have Jason fix it. So let's not do that. X marks the spot. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. Our Matrix Arms metal frame Glock lowers, worth it. Okay, cool. So I'm glad you asked that because when I shot those when I was with Classic years ago, they were fantastic. I've talked with them. I've stayed kind of in communication with them since then. And we always keep saying, oh, hey, we need to get together, have dinner, go hang out because they're not far from me. And it's just, we both got families. We both are just on a busy, crazy schedule. And it's like, you know what? I need to actually get around to seeing them because I think they are actually, I know they're expensive, but man, they are cool. They run off a Gen 3 platform. They're metal framed. For competition, that world, it's pretty sweet, man. It's pretty sweet. Like I said, I want to work with them a little bit more because you don't see too many metal frame Glocks, right? So, and that's essentially what it is at the end of the day. So I need to talk with them about that and get with them on over here. All right. Let's see here. Keith is saying, good to see you, Keith. I feel sorry for that Henry. Clint is torture testing. My vote is drag it behind the side-by-side for a bit. And that's what I said I want to do, because the Henry all-weather, doesn't matter which caliber it is, the all-weather platform has this hard chrome plating, right? And apparently, according to Henry, it will not chip. It's not going to flake. It's not going to peel off. It's not going to do anything other than protect the metal underneath. Oh, really? Look, this gun, if you've asked me, is already doing a fantastic job. I'm obviously putting it through much harder use than it was designed for, and I've only submerged it so far. So, you know, for 24 hours, if you leave your gun in water 24 hours, like, you shouldn't do that. Okay? The possibility of corrosion, the possibility of just messing it up exists. And if it's something that you actually want to, I don't know, rely on, then you probably shouldn't do that. However, I'm going to show you that hopefully, I think that the Henry All-Weather is going to be able to take the abuse and keep on running. So there you have it. All right. All righty here. So let's go ahead and continue on right on over here. I vote you just leave that Henry alone, put it back on the shelf. It's been through enough already. Yeah. No. Jeffrey Brown. Yeah. Country, ambi, slide, and mag release. Country. Looking to upgrade an EDC. Got a Ruger American Compact 9mm. Oh, that's pretty cool. Definitely you can upgrade the EDC though. I don't have any experience with the Ruger American Compact though, so there is that. Alrighty here. Let's keep on keeping on over here. Here's the truth. All right. Okay, just dude, I love how loyal you are to the channel, and you're always here during the live streams and everything. I greatly appreciate that, but I think you're more loyal to Jessica Simpson. Just throwing that out there. Behind the username, Jessica Simpson fan that supports the 2A. My Jessica is at age 44 when she's back to music again, and the World War II MP44 that changed the face of warfare. All right, brother. You do you, my man. You do you. I think an MP44 obsession would be more valid than a Jessica Simpson obsession. Just throwing it out there. Either way, to each their own. Hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you again on Twitch. Thank you, Captain. We've also got Crunchy Taco on, Captain. The stash is back. Yes, it is, for a short while until it starts to fade into the rest of the facial hair. That will have to go away again. So, that's that. Let's go, Mafia. James, good to see you again, man. We've got Rostic. What's up? Keith, welcome back. Congrats on the wedding and stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Mrs. Magdump is enjoying the title. At least I think she is. So there we go. James is wanting to know if I'm going to blast his blaster finally. That always sounds so dirty. It just is what it is, And perhaps. All right. Good evening, all, from Rent Collector. Good evening to you as well, man. Thanks for continuing to be a monthly member. Appreciate you, bro. We've got Jeffrey Brown. Evening, Clint. Happy to be here. So am I. Brian, got your 6. Thank you. Justin, good to see you, bro. He's talking about being a dual tube gang. And I hope, Justin, you submit that PRI build that you recently tagged me in on Instagram and I posted to my story, because that thing, look, I don't mean to sound this way, but I get tagged in a lot of builds. I don't share them all, okay? Like, I don't share them all right? Some, however, I post up because I'm like, I want that. If I typically share your build, that probably means I want your build. Just got to throw that out there, all right? And if you want this hat, Mr. All America, by the way, you can still buy my hat. Still available, Magdumpmerch.store. Maybe I could, drop the link to that, too, for you. Just throwing that out there because, you know, it's available. But this hat you can purchase from Gun Owners of America's store, you know, so it's available. It's available. But, you know, if you just wanted a little, you know, merch, you know, I'll just go ahead and drop that right over here. Shameless plug. All right, there you guys go. All right. Let's see here. Rostic is saying that Canik did not send you a prime. I'm highly offended. You know, I like it, right? I've got it right here. I'm not going to show it on camera. I just want to talk about it as I'm holding it here. It's an ergonomic gun. It's comfortable. I've got the mechanic optic on here, and I was expecting that the integrated ports would have something to do with a little bit less recoil, that 11, 12, 1 o'clock positioning of the ports, but didn't really help out with much. It's a snappy little guy. Other than that, though, I mean, you've got 17 round capacity, flared mag well, feels good. Trigger, per usual, is excellent. With, you know, you've got co-witnessing sights with a red dot. I like that. Also, ambi slide release. It is an ambi mag release, so I do believe you can switch that out. And so, you know, this is also another option for Country Bear. Just going to throw that out there, right? So, you know, not a bad gun, especially for the price point. It's a little bit more snappy than I was anticipating. Other than that, though, I would totally own it. And that's why I'm not going to sell it, because I actually do like the gun, and I am going to carry it, and I am going to shoot it more. And I'm going to see if after a little bit of break-in or anything else like that, you know, maybe it'll soften up over time. Who knows, right? Who knows? So there you go. Christina, what's up? Good to see you again. Hey, Clint, just popping in to say hi after my softball practice. Can't wait to see you again soon. Yes, I hope you, Max, Maya, everybody. Is this actually Max? Pretty much like my nephew over here. Max, if it's you, I hope it's, you know, I hope to see you guys soon. Actually, we were just talking to your grandma and grandpa about coming up to visit soon and doing some more shooting. You got to get those younger generations shooting, guys. If you've got nieces, nephews, grandkids, just regular kids, get them educated and informed on firearms safety, and of course the meaning behind the Second Amendment. It's not just for fun, and it's obviously not for hunting, unless we're talking about, you know, hunting tyrants and whatnot. But yeah, get those younger generations involved with shooting, which is also why you should follow my, it's Gun Owners of America and Gun Owners Foundation, their student outreach program known as 2A Defenders. You can follow on Instagram. That's going to be 2A Defenders, 2A_Defenders. In fact, I'll go ahead and drop that link too. I'm currently putting out a weekly video, a little weekly reel, talking what I'm calling the rapid fire review. I'm just going over really basic things, you know, things that I hope to be shared wide and far, because maybe it'll save somebody's life, like how to appropriately clear a pistol and identify and render a pistol being safe, right? Little things like that. So that's what I really hope to get out of rapid fire review. And of course, my counterpart, I'm the chair for 2A Defenders, my co-chair, Nico, an actual college student, awesome dude, and very, very pro 2A also. So give them a follow, like, comment, share, subscribe, all of their stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a huge help for us. So check that out. All right. Cool. Brian, top 5 fights and busting builds together would be fire. I think so too. That was one of my favorite things with Alec and Matt and everybody. Top 5 fights, getting in there and just like, all right, I've got my list. He's got his list of whatever the topic might be. You know, it could be, again, the top 5 guns that you'd select for the apocalypse. And then let's see how similar our lists are or are not. And then we fight it out by why whose is better than whose, you know, and it's just too much fun, right? So Mr. All America agrees. Having Alec back on here, and it's Alec with a K because he's weird. But there you have it. All right. So that's that. Thanks, bro. Yeah. When I bought my my IC, my 300 blackout LWRCI, they gave me the hoodie, you know. So I thought that was kind of cool, right? Rostic, I can't wait for 100K either. I'm super excited. I'm ready to add to my gold classic firearms YouTube play button my own silver play button. That will be pretty cool as long as YouTube keeps me around. You know what I'm saying? Because they'd be kind of funny sometimes. So there you go. Oh, man. Brian saying, hit up Callaway Ballistics for an ammo sponsorship. Maybe I will. All right. Jake, thanks again, man. I saw your doll, action figure on Facebook today. Worth it if it comes with a 5th of 2A. Yeah, I thought that was too funny. Kelsey, asked AI to make me an action figure, that trend that's happening right now, and it's pretty hilarious. Some of them are absolutely funny. And I think mine is pretty accurate, except AI couldn't get specifically the Mark 18. It's just, it looks like it's actually a carry handle M4, which I'm cool with that too, carry handle gang. So that's that, Oh man. Let's see here. Deputy Dewey. Oh man. Mike, you good evening, Clint, Ackland, Morgan, and everyone in Minnesota checking in. That's awesome. And let's see here. What is happening with Leah? I have no idea, but all right. And let's see here. Topper Harley, Minnesota. That's it. 2A boys in the house. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys are doing well and keeping it real. Appreciate you guys checking in and saying hi. And of course, as always, I hope to see you guys at Goals again. And yeah, man, it's going to be a good time. I think you guys are really going to have a lot of fun. Jake is saying Classic did a great vid on the SIG factory tour. I could have done a good job also if I had a videographer. When Alex Zedra and I went and toured, it was more like, this is fun. It was good relationship building, and it is kind of funny after seeing all of their checks and balances and testing and everything else. It's like, what is going on? Really cool facility though. Absolutely awesome. So that was really neat to see. Let's see here. And all right, Rostic is coming in with a hot take. Ambi lowers are overrated. And I'll tell you this. I like Ambi lowers. Okay? I like Ambi lowers. I will say that, are they overrated? That depends. If somebody's, wanting to charge $2,000 for an Ambi AR that essentially a Rostic would be doing the same thing, right? I just because it's Ambi type of thing, I don't find that attractive, right? I don't find that to be necessary. Believe me, we've been rocking non-Ambi guns for a very long time, doing wonderful things without ambidextrous controls. Inherently, some guns are naturally more ambidextrous than others. But if you take a look at the AR platform, everything on that gun is naturally pretty ergonomic for right-handed shooters. Even left-handed, if you train with it and are adequate with it, then you'll find really quick that, oh, hey, I could run this just fine. I have instructed and shot with multiple southpaw shooters on a non-Ambi AR, and they do very, very well. So it's all about running your gear, training with it, and making sure that it's quality at the end of the day. I'd rather spend more money on a quality non-Ambi AR-15 than spending more money on just an Ambi AR-15 because it's Ambi. You get what I'm saying? Cool. So we'll leave it at that. Dope. But also it's 2025 and, I'm just saying it's 2025. All right. A lot of things are binary, like triggers and that. So anyway. Let's keep on keeping on over here. Yes to Ambi pistols, Rob B says. HK45 or HKP30 from Gunfighter 13 with the LEM mod and Gray Ghost short reset mod. Interesting. That sounds pretty good. Norse Arms, ADHD tangents, how all my filming sessions start. I totally feel that, man. Ronan is saying that Walther is king when it comes to, well, just being a pistol, I assume, right? Eugene, 509T, he's liking that. Eugene is saying, I love FNs. I have the FNX 45T. And they have been flawless. So there you go. Yeah, it's, love my FNX 45. It's like right there. See that? Yeah, that's mine. Absolutely love mine for sure. James, Bull Armory Tac Pro. I just went from 6 to 12. Nice. Dope. All right. What do you guys say? Bull Armory Tac Pro is the best. Glad you guys are loving it. What do you guys say? We blast some blasters. You know, I can pull it up, check some emails. My man Hal, really quick though, you reminded me how god-awful a Marine Corps mustache is and why I'm so glad I can finally grow a real one. Thanks, Hal. I appreciate that. For those of you that don't know, Hal's been on the channel. Well, he's commented before on live streams and everything. Master Sergeant, retired Marine Corps. Awesome dude. He was one of my dad's best friends, and he and I have stayed in touch. Obviously, I don't talk to you as often as I should, brother, and I'm sorry, and I love you. And I hope truly to see you soon. So thank you, Hal, for sticking around and supporting, man. I appreciate it. Even if you are just talking shit about my mustache. Thank you. Oh, man. Let's see here. Thoughts on the Glock 26 for CCW? I don't know. Glocks for concealed carry in general, I just don't, I don't know. I just feel like there's more ergonomic, better capacity, better feeling guns out there than anything Glock for concealed carry personally. So, there you go. So let's keep on keeping on here. 76 olds, 442. The Morgans, love you, family. Appreciate that. Thank you. What do I think of the 12.5 Spec War from LMT? All Lopez 63 is asking. It's pretty cool. So I've only gotten to shoot one a couple of years ago, and it was neat. I am a huge fan of LMT. I think they make awesome stuff. I know that there's been some quality control concerns, but I think they've got that figured out. My buddy Joe over there, awesome dude. And obviously I have, my LMT, can't really see it, but it's right next to my H&R, 12.5 carry handle here. But this is my LMT, the Estonian reference rifle, which is a lot of fun. I really like shooting that gun, piston driven, awesome. And I'd recommend. So have at it, all right? There we go. You're saying GOA doesn't have this hat on GOA or this color? Really? Huh, it's just gray. Do they not have? My hair's a little messy anyway, too. Yeah. I'll put the hat back on. Anyway, well, I guess that's just a Clint exclusive. I have no idea. I thought this was a regular stocked item. Oh, man. What do I think about the Canik optics? Like I said, that I was running that on my standard MC9, and now I've got that on the Canik Prime, and I think it's cool. I think it's a good little optic. I haven't had any issues with it. Battery life is great. That's it. I think it's a good basic little red dot. RMSC footprint, I believe it is. So nice and compact. What more could you ask for, right? And affordable. So, that's cool. So there you go. That. All right. Okay. All right. Let me scroll down a little bit more here and see if Rumble doesn't get views for nothing. No, it doesn't. But hey, says 76 olds 442s on Rumble. We've also got Carnal Inator is on Rumble also. What is the frequency of your streams? I say weekly, but I have not been holding up my end of saying weekly. So I am going to make a point to be a little bit more regular about them being weekly, typically Mondays or Fridays. I might change it up during the week. And I think, honestly, I need to start just doing shorter, like have one live stream. That's my staple. That's my flagship, Magdump Mondays, right? Hour and a half, 2 hours in length. And then throughout the week, maybe during the day, even I go live for about 30 minutes or so, just kind of chatting up about what's currently happening in the Second Amendment. In fact, I might actually be doing that with Gun Owners of America very, very soon. We're in talks right now about starting like my own Rumble live show with GOA. So that is something that could be happening. So there you have it. All right. And you're wanting to know if I'm not with Classic anymore. I haven't been with Classic for actually a year and 5 days. So it's been over a year now that I left Classic Firearms. I actually, one of the first videos I put out was about, what's to come. It was actually, I think, a live stream, reasonings behind me leaving, things like that. Quick recap. I wanted to spend more time with my family. After moving up north, the demands to travel down south to record and then different shows and all the different traveling, I just got tired of it. I've got twins, a boy and a girl, and a wife, and I want to be home. I'd rather be doing this on whenever I can and putting out videos instead of, 5 times a week, once a week, and I'm working full time with Gun Owners of America now, and supporting local businesses like Monadnock Firearms to the best of my ability, and doing what I want to do when I want to do it. So, yeah, it's nice. So that's that. All right. And, Eugene's kind of following in step here. Classic hasn't been the same since you left. And it's just, it is what it is, I mean, and it wouldn't be the same because I'm not there, just like if anybody else were to leave, just like when I took over and from Ben, because I did not start the Classic Firearms YouTube channel. Okay. Ben started the company, started, recording the videos, was utilizing YouTube as more of a commercial space for his company, Classic Firearms, before he sold it to the current owner. And once YouTube started kind of changing its policies, we had to move from commercial marketing, and they started this team that included myself, that included Ryan. We had an entire media marketing team behind it, and we moved from commercial marketing to content creation. And that was fun. The beginning days were hard, and then it really became go have fun, go get views, and go shoot guns. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And then, guys, I'll be honest with you, at some point for me, it just kind of stopped being fun. It became a job. It became a job, and it got to the point where it's like, yeah, I could probably do this for me on my own, so yeah, that's that though. So that was just a kind of quick recap with Classic in that series. All right, so that's that. And 76 olds 442, I don't plan on stopping either. There might be slowdowns, there might be little stagnant areas, but I'm not stopping. Not anytime soon, anyway. And yes, Keith, that's exactly right. I got burned out, man. When COVID hit, we were, and this was, I co-signed this idea about, recording 7 days a week, putting out a video, one video every single day. And we did that for 860 days. That was tough. Finally, we were like, okay, let's slow this down some, and knocked it down to 5 days a week. And then, there was still a lot, thankfully, having multiple personalities on the, not me having multiple personalities, but the channel having multiple personalities allowed me to have a little bit of a break, so if I actually wanted to go on vacation, I didn't have to, record an entire backlog, me or Ryan. If one of us wanted to go on vacation, we had to record a backlog of videos that could be released within that time frame, right? And so yeah, it definitely got to the point where it was like a burnout. You're absolutely right, Keith. So yeah, you know, and if I'm being completely honest, guys, it wasn't worth the pay. It wasn't, you know, I'd rather get paid less and spend all the time I could ever ask for at home with my family. Ironically, it went the opposite direction. I'm at home more often and I'm doing okay. You know, I'm not like I can't afford a PVS 14, but I can afford to pay my bills now, so I'm happy about that. All right, so there you have it, man. I love my family. I love Kelsey. I love Lily and Wyatt, my son and daughter. And yeah, if I could spend more time with them, that's what I want to do, you know. So that's why I moved my live streams later in the evening after they went to bed. I want to help Kelsey, you know, put them to bed at night. I love the guys, being a dad is legitimately the best thing. To each their own, as I often say. But if you are in your 20s right now, okay, and you're thinking you're completely comfortable with your life, you don't want kids to slow you down, you don't want to worry, you don't want to have the burden of parenthood, let me tell you right now, there's not been one moment since becoming a father that I have ever felt burdened. I have been exhausted. I have been frustrated. I have been constantly tired. But I would trade it literally for nothing. In fact, I'd give up more for it. So if you know someone that thinks I want to go through life without having kids, fine. You're missing out. You're missing out on what I believe is probably the most beautiful part of life. And on top of that, right now, once my kids get a little bit older, that's 4. That's a fire team. All right. So think of it. You could actually, you could create your own like fire team, your own squad. You know, I mean, if you're really crazy, you could create a platoon. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, it's possibilities are endless. Oh man. All right. And the ducks are great, by the way. I was just out there. Again, kids, they're walking around. I got little cowboy boots on them, and they're out in the grass over there watching me water the ducks and the chickens and taking care of the birds and everything. And it's awesome, dude. And you're absolutely right too. It changes you, man. It changes you for the best, for the absolute best. So, Rumble is the place to build now. YouTube is censoring too much and destroying people's livelihoods. You can handle your arms and disassemble or manipulate here. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It absolutely sucks, Free ammo was a perk. Okay. Don't get me wrong. There were definitely huge perks to what I was doing before, right? All the latest and greatest stuff that was being released and coming out, I got, first dibs on, you know what I mean? Like I could actually run it, shoot it, give, feed. Now I have to wait. Or actually what's kind of funny is I'm actually getting some things now before Classic is. All right. Anyway, but I got to really, because you got to think it's a multi-million-dollar company that sells all the products. So of course they want to display the products that they're trying to sell. So I got to get my hands on a lot of cool different things that I would never be able to do on my own. You know what I mean? So yeah, the perks, a lot. All right. So there you go. Let's get on over here. And no, oh, sorry. It was the one before you there, James, that Bodie Bode Schuler. I definitely do not. Somebody onto me? Just kidding. James, best damn thing I ever did is have my son. Yeah, man. Look, I totally show you guys pictures of my kids because I'm that parent. But it's the internet, and I'm not going to do that because the internet is a terrible place sometimes. So, best everyday carry pistol optic. I feel like if I were to open magdumpmafia@gmail.com, somebody will have probably what I think is the best everyday carry pistol optic. Maybe. And I'll be honest with you, I don't everyday carry. You know, there's nothing wrong with the Trijicon RMR. Love it. I've got my FDE RMR on my FNX 45. Tactical. You look at, ironically, none of the pistols to my left have an RMR on it, even though I know I own like 3 or 4 of the damn things. My nightstand gun, my Bull Armory TAC, not the Pro, just a standard TAC. Trijicon RMR. You know, just fantastic gun. Where are my other RMRs? What guns do I have them on? Well, you know, they're somewhere. So I think the RMR is a fantastic pistol, a pistol red dot. So, you know, there are definitely some other options out there as I'm looking at a couple. Again, I like the Canik, the Holosun HS507K X2. Did I get that right? Because that's a long name. I think that's a great optic too, you know? So there, yeah. Thank you, Tanner, right? Co-signing that one away. So there you go. Rostic, appreciate you, man. Thank you. If I ever get elected president, it'll be a mandate that everybody should own an AR-15 and be efficient with it. And if you can't qualify at least sharpshooter on a Marine Corps range, then you're going to be deported. All right, cool. So continuing on, how many people did I just, come on, Marines. All righty here. Keith, appreciate it, dude. You love the Aimpoint COA. Run it on your Staccato HD. That's awesome. All right, cool. So that's just the other one too, Staccato HD. That's one I don't have any experience with just yet. Jay, I'm sure your kids are beautiful, brother, but there are weirdos on the internet, so we all understand the lack of pictures. We can see the pride and fatherhood easy enough in you. No worries. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And yeah, dude, I have found out there's all sorts of crazy shit out there with AI that, you know, weirdos can do with your children's pictures. Like, absolutely not, you know? So there's that. Cool. James, so suppressor topic. I have an OCL Polonium K 4556, and it is sweet. I do not have any experience with Otter Creek Labs, except for that's not an OEM5. That is an Allen Engineering AEM5. However, underneath, I'm just debating on, you know, if I should get up and just show you guys, but screw it. Underneath, though, is actually an adapter that allows you to mount your OEM5 or your AEM5 to any 5.56, you know, half 28 threaded barrel, which is really, really cool. You just got to have enough space from the shoulder of the threads to, you know, the bayonet lug or the gas block or whatever might be interfering, right? Rail, whatever it is. It's really, really cool adapter that Otter Creek offers. So, you know, throwing that out there in case you guys are wanting to do that, because it is pretty freaking cool. All right. Let's see here. All right. I see you guys. Thank you, Justin. By the way, appreciate you becoming a member, Justin Revel. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. By the way, going back to this comment here, there is an action figure that I posted on Instagram, Facebook. And like I said, it's the AI thing. It's a lot of fun. You guys should go check it out and like it, because Kels is the one that put it all together, and it's pretty funny, and I absolutely love it. So there you go. Okay, cool. I'm pulling up the email. I'm done talking. Well, I'm not done talking. We're going to get to it. All right, we're going to get to it. And you know what? We're going to start with Daryl Rostic. We're going to start with Rostic Arms tonight. All right. So let me make sure I'm not doxing anybody again tonight with their emails. And here is Daryl Rostic from Rostic Arms. Magpul STR stock law tactical folder. So it's in my savior bag with the suppressor attached. 16-inch Rostic Arms RA-15 premium rifle. Magpul K2 plus grip. We've also got the Radiant Talon safety selector, Radiant Raptor charging handle, EOTech G45 magnifier, EXPS 3TAC4, Rostic Arms prototype adjustable gas block. You didn't tell me about that. I want to know more. All right, continuing on. BCM hand stop, Gymtech Abyss 556 suppressor, direct thread, Surefire Scout Turbo Light will be here tomorrow if FedEx has no hiccups. Best of luck. All right, let's go ahead. You know, dude, your lowers are so unique. I really like that design that you do. Let me show everybody so that everybody can actually see what the heck I'm talking about real quick. Not that one. Thank you. And boop, that's okay, there it is. Say hello. All right, cool. And I like this layout better, I think, so now I can like point and be like, oh, you see that, Okay, cool. All right, so there it is. You guys see what I'm talking about though? Like his so there's his logo, right? Super cool. And then the Griffin and whatnot. And then you see, like that. It's just different. It's a unique identifier to your rifle. I think it's a cool thing, man. Overall, pretty solid build, Where's your sling? Okay, what sling you running? And I do like the Surefire Turbo. I'm obviously a big fan. I've got that behind me on my M4A1. And I got another one on my Colt. My Colt. My H&R. My Colt wannabe. And I like that. I love an EOTech magnifier setup. It's just fun. It's just awesome. I haven't been a big fan of like the Magpul CTR stocks, Law folders, they're solid. They work, I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna go 8 with it. Other than, not having it's plain. I like how simple it is. It's once you get your Surefire, I know you said it's on the way. I'm happy with it. All right. What's for anybody that might be new, wanting, like we haven't done a Blast My Blaster in a while, you might be wondering like what the heck is going on. Rate the gun between 1 to 10, 1 being the worst you've ever seen. You think it's a terrible setup, to 10, that's the most perfect setup. You can't go wrong with it. And this one I'm giving an 8. I feel good about it. I like it. Solid. What's everybody else saying? 10 out of 10 Modern Warfare 2 Ghosts. We've got a 7.9 from Mark Gray and Mary Beth. 8.5 saying missing sling. 8.5 when complete. 7.5 from Retch, needs sling and light. He said the light's on the way. If FedEx doesn't mess up, it should be there tomorrow. But the sling, where's the sling, Rostic? Right? We've got 8 from Mike. 8, no flip-up sights. All right. I mean, yeah, I feel you, but here's my thoughts on that, right? I like backup sights. I like having them. I like iron sights. I think they're good. However, if you haven't run a magnifier before, the eye relief isn't great, right? So the G45 I actually found to be better than the G33, which is kind of funny because 3x versus 5x when it comes to magnification. However, getting back to it, right where his magnifier is sitting is pretty much right where your rear sight would have to go. So unless you were to remove the magnifier, now you could, run a rear sight up here if you wanted to, but that's on the rail, which again is also where the front sight is. So, I mean, or, like one of those single space offsets, you could run an offset iron sight like the Magpul Pros offset. I like those. I mean, there's options out there. I totally get it though. I get it, So there we have it. All right. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the point I wanted to make there. So there you go. There's no pink. It needs pink. All right, continuing on over here. And yeah, look, when I went through boot camp in 2011, yes, I qualified with iron sights. Today it's all ACOGs, and I haven't seen an iron sight in years. I can't tell you the last time I've seen an actual iron sight, rear sight on an M4 or M16. So there you go. All right. Maybe I should add anodized parts to boost my score. Oh boy, howdy. Oh boy, howdy. That's funny. That's really funny. All right. Moving back on over, we're going to go to the next one here, except Garen's wanting to know if I'm going to be going to Goals in August. Brother. Yes, is the short answer. I will definitely be there. I will be your host on the main stage at Goals again this year, as I was last year. And I'm really excited for it. Last year was GOA's first annual event. So, we figured out a lot of what to do and what not to do. And this year it's bigger. The range is bigger and, dare I say, safer. And I am super excited for August in Knoxville, Tennessee for the Gun Owners Advocacy and Leadership Summit. Become a member, show up. You technically don't have to be a member to attend Goals, but you'll just have to pay a fee at the door. Other than that, I am super excited for it. All right. So there you go. All righty here. It's magdumpmafia@gmail.com. That's where you can submit your builds if you are willing to risk internet ridicule. Okay. Let me go ahead and move on to the next one. Thanks, Rostic, for sending your build in. I see retro in the title. I'm going to click on it. Okay. So we've got a retro build from Luke. Let's see here. It ain't fancy, but it's a fun range toy, he says. We've got a Brownell C7 upper, PSA 16-inch barrel, Brownell's carbine handguard, Weaver carry handle rail he bought from Midway, USA, cheap True Glow red dot mounted in a Vortex 30mm low mount, B5 Car 15 stock, and a Surefire G2X mounted in a cheap eBay Chinesium barrel clamp mount. And he's saying, chat, should he paint it? Y'all ready? Let's take a look. There we have it. There's something about, and this is exactly what I just did on mine. Okay. So I've got a 12.5-inch. It's sitting right here. I can't, show you guys because YouTube. But I went with a Picatinny, Amazon bought Picatinny carry handle mount. I do have, though, an Aimpoint Pro that's mounted on it with a 30mm Vortex low mount. I also went, instead of the barrel clamp, I actually originally got the hard shell mount from IWC, the clamshell, except I realized that was for the older Surefires after I got it. So I just have that sitting, in my junk drawer of things. And I decided to go with, was it Midwest Industries, I think, that actually has the Picatinny mount that clamps on the front sight post. And that's where I have my Surefire Turbo. And then I just used goon tape to tape the switch onto the actual handguard. It's really cool. I love these builds. I love that retro guns are kind of making a comeback, but also they're a vibe, man. You got Co-Witness with your iron sight still. You've got, I think it's a pretty comfortable, setup at the end of the day. So I like it. I'm going 8.5 with it, man, because your soft spot with the carry handle and all that, you know what I mean? So Firebird 305 is giving it an 8. He wants tiger striping from Jeff. Oh man, that would be pretty good. Jeff, good to see you, by the way, man. Jeff and I just recently started talking on Instagram some, and he's up here in my neck of the woods, or I should say I'm up here in his neck of the woods. And he does weekly training, competition shooting up here. And as you guys know, I am definitely getting into competition shooting this year, like legitimately wanting to actually get into competition. I got a couple friends that are probably going to come and visit and shoot. My friend Jade Struck. She was actually in the wedding, by the way. She's very close with my wife. Before meeting me, by the way. My wife and Jade have been friends before. This is BC, before Clint, all right? Not to be blasphemous, all right? Just throwing that out there. But to be humorous. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the competition stuff. Bull Armory is hooking me up with a pretty awesome setup. I'm going to be getting the entire jersey like what Jeff here has. I'm going to go with like my logo, GOA's logo, Bull Armory, and Monadnock Firearms. I think it'll be a kind of a cool looking little jersey. You know what I mean? And since Monadnock supports the channel so much too. So there you go. But yeah, Captain saying 8, don't paint it, looks better how it is. Oh, little controversy I see here. We've got James is saying simple and old school style, still better than what I got on my first deployment in 2001. You get an 8. 7.5 from KC. Jessica says looks like the gun from new Delta Force game. It does. 5, but once you paint it, 7. Brother, what do you mean 5? All right, how about this? You know what I want to see from Rostic Arms? I want to see a Car 15. I want to see a Blood Diamond Car 15 limited release from Rostic Arms. I challenge you. All right? I know you hate old school stuff. I'm going to challenge you to make old school stuff because it's a vibe and people are going to want it. Unless you're Ulysses Montez, who gives it a 4.8. You're wrong. All right. So there you go. Larry Vickers vibes. Yes. Really need to finish your AR, JK. Yeah. Well, don't JK. Don't get what I really need to finish my AR, JK. No, just all right. I'm done being a dork. Okay. No such thing as an ugly gun. Have you heard of, excuse me, let me do a line of Coke, Caltech, and High Point? All right, continuing on over here. Wretch, none taken. I was balling on a budget, so I was going for more vibes than quality. Fair enough. JC's given it an 8. Tool for the job. Perfect. Yeah. There you go. Sweet. I like it. I think it's a vibe. I'm just throwing that out there, all right? Let's go ahead and keep on keeping on over here. Well, this one's going to be rate all, I guess. Okay. So, Norse Arms, who's here in the chat. There we go. Just sent my budget build and before and after of the studio. So we're going to take a look at his before studio, after studio. We're going to rate his setup here. Okay, guys. So let's take a look at this really quick. So Norse Arms. This is his studio before. All right. Not bad. You know, looks clean. Looks like if I asked Chat GPT to throw guns on a wall, this is kind of what would maybe come out. And this is the after. The Christmas lights going around, that's decoration. But I like it. That's the Savior equipment wall. I've got even a little section of Savior also. It works fine. I did have a little bit of the problem, you know, like if I had to compare that to like hold up displays, right? Savior equipment is more cost effective, a little bit more budget friendly. I like that it has the cutouts in between each So we back. That's pretty funny. Okay, cool. Welcome back, bro. Yeah, my internet crashed, guys. I between my camera, let me see the updates that are coming here. Okay. Yeah, between my camera overheating and then I can't believe, I had, what 200, I think I saw at one point like 250 of you guys hanging out. 188 of you stuck around. Thank you. So there we go. That's that. All right, cool. Everything's coming back. Looks good. We thought YouTube drone strikes the stream. Oh, that's pretty funny. I did survive the crash. Okay. Too many guns all at once, apparently. That's pretty funny. All right, let me get back to it. Here. Let's find. Got to pretty much reboot the thing here. But all right, we've got Norse Arms back over here. We've got yeah, because Mafia don't leave a man behind. That's what I'm talking about, James. Appreciate you guys. Oh man. All right. Cool. Yeah, internet be like that sometimes. Loyal viewers stayed. You guys are the homies. Appreciate you, Joe. All right, sweet. So anyway, back to Norse Arms here. And yeah, sorry for everybody coming back, about the internet crash. I don't know. Shit happens, I guess. And what's odd is that we actually have really good internet out here in the middle of nowhere. Upload speed is like freaking awesome. So, I'm happy with it. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't reliable tonight. It's always been the camera overheating, not the internet crashing. It's got to be one thing or another during my live streams that's going to throw it all to hell. It is what it is, all right? But we're back, and we're doing it. So there we go. All right. We would stay until we fall asleep. Y'all the real ones. Like I said, I knew I had the best viewers, all right? That's all there is to it. So thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. Yeah, stream didn't end, just a video. I was going to say audio kept going because you'd probably hear a lot of cussing. All right. So Rostic is giving Norse a 5 until he gets a Rostic Arms. Then it's a 10. That's pretty funny. Magdump Mafia in the house. So let's get back to rating Norse Arms setup here. So again, we're going to go back and take a look at the before. So again, very just blank slate wall, which again doesn't look bad. But this definitely has a little bit more character to it. I definitely like the setup here. And dude, it looks great. I don't know what more I can really say about that. It looks fantastic, so keep on keeping on. I'm going to give that one a good, I'm going to go, you got a little bit of everything. The only thing I'm going to say you need, what I don't see up there, every man's got to have an AK. All right. Every man needs an AK. ARs, no question. You got to get an AK. All right. There's just something about an AK that everybody needs to have. Okay. That's all there's to it. So there you go. All right. All right. Cool. Better lighting. Very good. Can't get them till my state's free or I move. There is another option. All right. Let's continue on over here. Cool. Appreciate you guys again sticking around for the foobar on the internet, but it's okay. All right. Let's see here. We've got Blast My Blaster. Damn. All right. This might be our first 50 cal submission. All right. We got ourselves the Desert Tech HTI. You know what I did? You guys may not remember this. I don't think the video is still up because YouTube took down a lot of videos from Classic. Like my 2 million view video from Classic. Yep, gone. All of my top videos from Classic pretty much got erased, which is funny because you go through videos, go to popular, and then, it'll just be, hey, your boy, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, at one point I did a run and gun with an HTI, which was very difficult. But anyway, so we've got Desert Tech HTI, Vortex 6-36, spur mount, spur low diving board. Oh, okay. Desert Tech case, impact, Vortex impact, field optic research tripod, AccuTac HD50 bipod, extra magazine alone is $250. Still need a suppressor. You'll get there. You'll get there. But you guys check this thing out, man. The HTI is a pretty cool gun. We shot one of these with my buddy Brandon Texas Plinking also. Tell me what you guys think about this build here, which I think is I mean, dude, it's a 50 cal, you know? It's a bullpup bolt action 50 cal. It's the cool factor is high. All right. And I won't hit you for not having a light or a sling on here. Like, this is a solid setup. You know, like you add the suppressor, perfect 10, right? But I'm going to go for a 9 on this one because it's freaking cool. That's all there is to it. It's just cool. Okay. Oh, man. Disavow no AK. Don't want that commie junk. Look, man, if there's one thing the communists got right, it was the AK-47, all right? Oh, man. And an FAL. You're absolutely right, Garen. And an FAL. Okay. Okay. All right. Continuing on over here. Let's see here. Damn YouTube. Also, yes, you look like a screamer in bed. What? I'm just clicking on comments trying to get ratings for this man's HTI, and now I'm getting. Who is this? Is this one of my Marines? Because I feel like it would be. I'm just throwing it out there. All right. Spine Destroyer is giving it an absolute 10 bullpup. Yes, Keith, that is accurate. Damn Desert Tech is 10 all day. I'm a Desert Tech fanboy. Mike says James gave it that 10. Nerds with guns. How does it feel recoil wise being a bullpup? Do you see that 4-chamber break on there? It's not bad. It feels like you're shooting a 50 cal, but it really is not bad. I mean, I shot this one out to a mile, and that was really, really cool. And, you know, pull the trigger, line up sight again really quick, and I could still see the impact. You know, I mean, it's a mile, so there's that. But yeah, it's dope. The blast is your light. Accurate. Fitty go boom. Fitty indeed will go boom. We got 8.8. We've got a bra out of 10, I guess. We've got an 8 out of 10. Get the Barretts. That gets a 9.5 out of 10 with the can and a damn she drippy. I'm gonna have to Urban Dictionary that one, but yeah, you know, I like it. It's good. It's good. It's good. 9, but also I think it's ugly. It's funny how that works, right? But 50 cal, 9.5, 9.5 from KC, definitely cool. And an I'd shoot it from Spine Destroyer, absolutely. So there you go. Definitely an 8 1/4 over here. Is that what I'm saying? You know, 1.25. All right, cool. That's not 1/4. That's one. I see the. All right. Anyway, so an 8.8 soft 50, not a hard 50 from Tanner. Oh man, good. Great. I think that's our first 50 cal for Blast Our Blasters here, guys. So that's pretty fun, you know. So screw that tyranny way over there. That's good. All right, let's continue on over here, and let's see what we've got. From Justin, you still with us, Justin? Or did we do this last time? I feel like we did something similar. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to pull it up and take a look. Anyway, so Justin, who is often watching 10.3 URGI upper, Griffin Armament Mark II lower. We've got a stage 2 Super Semi-Auto enhanced from Geisley, SF3 prong, SF RC2, SC Special K grip. Hydra mount, 6.4 XT Pro, Iris 3, ProTech Light, Scalarworks Buis, backup iron sight, G Money BCG, Edgar Sherman sling, and let's see this gun. We've got a couple of different pictures, so don't knock him on the first picture, all right? So let's take a look and see. Bam. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Maybe all right, a little bit more close up here. Okay. We got a little Goobers group. All right. Okay. She's an interesting setup, that's for sure. You know? Uh-oh. So we'll leave it on that one. So can I go in? That's as far as she's that's as far as she's gonna go. You know, I haven't shot with that riser setup, that GBRS. I forgot what it's called already. And that height over bore is something crazy, right? However, I can imagine if you're you know, shooting under nods passively, that's probably a pretty comfortable setup. And then of course you got the iron sights there, Edgar Sherman sling, fantastic. You know, like this setup, it's a pretty solid build. It's a really solid build. I haven't shot on the Griffin Mark II. I'm sure it's fantastic. You know, love the Geisley super semi-auto triggers. You know, if it's for like nod shooting, low light, no light shooting, it's going to be hard to beat. It's going to be really hard to beat, you know? I'm feeling generous with my numbers tonight, guys. I'm giving this one a 9. I'm giving it a 9. Captain's 8.5, you know? What else? What else we giving it here? 7. Hydra mount. That's it. Thank you. 9.55. Am I the only one that gets pissed when I see a mount that high? Look, don't knock it till you try it. All right. Especially with nods. All right. Let me just tell you that right now. If you're running binos and you don't want to use your laser, that's the way to go. That's just the way to go. All right. We got a couple more super chats come in also. Let's see here. Tanner, will we be seeing your comp belt set up? I just sent you mine. Yes, but it has a gun in. But it's not, I'm not handling the gun. I'm handling the belt. The gun just happens to be on the belt. You know what I'm saying? I'll figure that one out. Anyway, my last super chat got deleted. We'll be seeing your comment. I didn't get deleted. I saw it though, but thank you for the extra super chat. I appreciate that. I sent you mine tonight. Feel free to judge. Appreciate it, Tanner. Thanks, bro. Solo Gordo nods fund. I'm late to the party. Thank you. I am borrowing these from Rob, or this PVS 14 from Rob. I say borrowing. I'm going to wind up keeping it. I'm just going to. It's a loaner, you know, that I'm paying him for over a period of time. Thank you, Monadnock Firearms, for supporting my channel. But thank you, Solo Gordo. Thank you, everybody else, too, for who stuck around and who are still here and everything, too, after the Wi-Fi drop. But, yeah, I'm definitely liking Justin's build here for this setup here. My build got 8, so I'm passing out more 8s. Everybody's build is an 8 tonight. That's pretty funny. 7, you know what I'm saying. You can do anything once. Yeah, you know, that's pretty much rent to own is pretty much where I'm at with my PVS 14 behind me here. And what I'm really hoping for is to get, a couple buddies on the channel here very, very soon that are running binos. And then, I give them the PVS 14 to run in comparison to the binos. And then we give our feedback about, running under binos, under a mono tube and things like that. I think that'll be a pretty fun video. So there you go. But yeah, sweet. I like it. I like it a lot. Jeff is co-signing that Monadnock is awesome. Indeed. Believe me, I wouldn't be pushing them as hard if I didn't actually, love the guys over there and love the shop. So there you go. All right. Awesome. Sweet. Okay, cool. Let me not dox anybody, and let's go find our next build over here. All right, let's do it. Already got the HTI. We've got. Okay, so Norse also submitted a budget build. What am I looking at? Is that a Delta Ring M-Lock with the front sight post. All right, you guys got to look at this. Okay. Norse, I have questions. Budget build right before the bands. PSA MOE A2 upper with the clamshell M-Lock extended A2 handguard. That's an interesting one. Mil-spec trigger, Magpul SL stock, Arrow M41 lower, Arrow brake, Leaper slim fixed rear sight, CTS 1000, eventually a PA micro prism, no name light, and now has an MOE vertical grip. QD sling is off in the photo. All right, let's take a look. I don't know why I want to be angry at it. Like I don't. There's something North. I'm sorry. I just don't. Maybe it's the Picatinny. Is there? Can you know? I don't know. I don't like it's not like bad. I don't think. I just have. No, maybe it's just because it's this one photo. I can't see. Yeah, you know, Tanner's kind of reading my mind here. Pick rails look like Legos. And I'm just trying to figure it out. You know, I'm like, all right, it's the colors, it doesn't flow. 5.5 from Christians, 6.5 from Nerds with Guns, 5 out of 10 cursed builds from Jessica Semp. I don't hate it, but it's an odd vibe. You know, like it's just. I'm going to give it a 5 because you've got like things. No name light. I don't know. I look at this and I'm like, if I built this, I'm looking at it from me, right? I get it. If I built this, what purpose would it serve? And I'm really having a hard time. And maybe there is no purpose. You just built it because you could. You know, that's its purpose, just to exist. I don't like that. That just makes me feel icky inside. I don't know. Like maybe it's just me subconsciously wanting to justify why I own all these guns, right? Because every time I always get asked, like, well, why do you need that many? You know, why do you have that many guns? Like, you know, you can only carry one at a time anyway, which is a lie. You can carry multiple at once. And sometimes it's just simply because I want to. Don't need to justify my wants or needs to anybody. It's my right. And if I want to build something that looks like this, I can. So, so that's all there is to it. Oh man. Oh man. If a skunk was a gun, that's it. Oh boy, howdy. All right. Like I said, 5. I feel just Norse. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Can you submit a video shooting it? I just want to see it in action. I just want to see what it does. Like, does it work? Like, I'm sure it works. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? All right. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Addicted to guns is better than street dogs. That is very true. Looks like you put together a gun with spare parts, which, you know, I've said it's a leftover parts build. You know, that's exactly, you know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm black and tan on budget. Oh, that's it, dude. That's it. JC, good to see you tonight as well, brother. Thank you for being here, man. Awesome. All right, let's get to another one here. And Brandon, you know how to get my attention. Marky Mark 18, he says. DD upper, PSA Saber lower with a hyperfire trigger. I feel like there's... All right. EOTech EXPS3 TAC. Oh, SMS laser HCFX. It's funny. The SMS laser HCFX. My buddy Ryan, who you guys know from Classic, he sent a picture today of the SMS laser. And for $250, you can find these things. Brandon, if you're on, can you tell me how you like that laser? Because I'm thinking about getting one and trying it. Because for that price, and it seems to be all the rage right now, you know, so all right, continue on. Huxworks Ventum 556 Tango down vertical grip. You had me at Tango down. All right, check this build out, guys. This is Brandon. I think you're here somewhere here. All right, before I pull it up though, I see Norris really quick. I'll send an update when it's done. It runs fantastic, little overgassed, but getting an adjustable A2 sight block. Basically, it's leftover parts slapped together as the band was coming into effect. Okay. It's a necessity. It legitimately was a necessity, is what that is. Oh man. All right, very good. Thanks, Norris. Appreciate it, dude. And glad it runs well from what Reg is saying. That's it. Okay. Let's check this out, guys. So PSA Saber, DD Mark 18 upper. I guess I should probably share the photo. Okay. All right. Okay. See this thing. I'm hearing a lot about this little laser thing. The HFXC from SMS lasers. I'm curious. That push button setup, is that the one that it comes with? Huh. Okay. Why is this happening? All right. Is it a combo light? Is it a light laser combo? Is that what it is? Brandon, you submitted this. Are you here? You better be here. Where are you at? 8 out of 10 American snipers. So yes, it comes with it. Okay. Good photo from JC likes the photo. That's good. Quad rail gang, obviously. You know, weapon of choice for still team 3. Cheers, Midnight Hunter. Cheers. You guys already know I love a Mark 18. All right. Obviously. I want to hear more about that SMS laser, but dude, it's a solid little setup, you know. Solid setup. EOTech EXPS3. The Ventum 556. It's a little bit heavier silencer, but it's a good can, I think. Love a B5 SOP mod stock. Love the Tango down vertical grip. You're a man after my own heart over here, building out a Mark 18 that looks kind of similar to one I know. It's an 8.5, man. It's an 8.5. You know, I just want to know more about that damn SMS laser. I want to know more about that. And yeah, that's what it feels like to me. All right. X marks the spot. 8. Just can't jig with a PSA lower. 7. 8.5. 8 and a 6. 9 for quad rail gang. I feel it. Love it. Paint it for a 9. All right. Let's go, boys. You have some nice what, JC? 9 if it was green. Perfect. And James said you get a 7. Digging it. Dope. All right, let's do one more, and I'm gonna call it a night. So let's do one more. And Tanner, are you still with us? Tanner, if you're here, I'll pick on yours. how is the front sling loop mounted? Let me see. Oh, it's the same same sling attachment I have on mine. It looks like. Also from that IWC, whatever it is. All it is a Picatinny QD offset. That's all. So builds tonight have been pretty solid, minus the Lego block one. Garen looked like a Magpul QD. I don't know. I don't think it's Magpul. Might be Magpul on his. It's hard to tell from the photo, but that's all it is though. It's just a QD Picatinny slot. That's all. All right. Tanner's not responding, so you know. Oh yeah, he is. Sorry, I just didn't see you. All right, let's do it. I saw that Tanner sent one in right here. Okay, so this is his competition setup. Shadow 2 belt, CZ Shadow 2, Holosun 507 comp. I've heard good things about that too. Aluminum LOK grips, lock grips, Henning Group DAA belt, and magnetic mag holders, which are a cool thing as I'm learning. Hydra P holster with Boss hanger. Damn, those look like the grips on my SIG. Those look just like the grips on my SIG, the 226 Reserve. Okay. Boop. Let's take a look at that thing. You're not blocked, Pepe D's nuts. You're not you can submit your builds to magdumpmafia@gmail.com. All right, there you go. So yeah, the lock grips, I guess that's what's on the 226 Reserve. I didn't know that. Huh. You would think I'd know these things, especially since I did a video on the pistol, but you know, it is what it is. All right, let's continue on over here. It's a good looking gun. That's a cool little setup, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to show you my setup too. That magnetic holster or holder is really cool. That little thing. So whenever your mag goes empty, instead of dropping it on the deck, you just slap it there. It's like a dump pouch for your magazines, but it's magnetic, you know. I mean, that's a pretty cool gun, dude. And these grips, I mean, they sticky. You are not losing control of your pistol, that's for sure. That's a solid little setup for competition. You know, good stuff, dude. I mean, if it works for you, that's great. I'm going to say again, for a competition setup, let's go with a 10. You know, let's give it perfect, because like, hey, it's competition, right? Like it's going to be difficult to really grade that. And CZ just makes such a great gun anyway. And the Shadow 2, like that's pretty sweet. And the other things you got going on, I mean, obviously you like CZ. We knew that. That's dope. That's it. What's the chat saying? Wretch 10. This would have been a 9, but you guys gave me an 8. So 8. Yo, Rostic just salty over here, all right? All that is fire. 9. Palm Swell 2, so that helps a lot. Yep. Nice setup for sure. Super 8, definitely 8. Oh, man. Grips do look sick. That is for sure. Did you say 320? Did I? I meant the 226 is what I meant. That I have. That's the 226 Reserve. But yeah, I love long lock grips. 7.77, 8 out of 10 Glock killers, 10 from Rostic Arms. Dope. You get a 10, my guy. 9.5. The grip looks a little odd. Wait till you hold that grip, man. It's pretty solid. 8.1 from Wonky Eye Burton. Keith is giving it a 10. Mark is giving it a 10. Maximus Decimus Meridius is giving it a 9.7. 7.3 from 2A. And then we've got good looking pistol from Solo Gordo. That's dope. Dope. CZ Rules, Midnight's Hunter says, thanks for being here, Midnight's Hunter. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for being a member. How about a session on summer concealed carry? That'd be a pretty fun video. You know, just flip-flops, shorts, and a t-shirt. You know, do some tactical drills with that type of little setup. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Show me the blue one. Brittany says. Let's see here. CZ gang in the house. Got my boogies today for CZ Shadow 2 and the CZ97B. Pretty solid stuff, dude. Maximus Decimus Meridius, seen Warfare yet? All right. Now that we're pretty much done with the Blast Our Blasters for tonight, because I'm getting tired and I have barely drank my 2A bourbon. So, yeah. But I do want to talk about the movie Warfare. I have not seen it yet. No spoilers, please. But I want to say I'm extremely excited to see it. Really, really excited. Me and my Marines this past weekend, we kept trying to like tell our INI gunny, like, hey, for a period of instruction, we should go see Warfare, right? Like, we should do it. Part of our drill weekend, you know? And that did not fly. So, you know, it is what it is. But that is one I'm definitely wanting to see. I feel like that's a movie you need to see in theaters to get the full effect, especially like the, you know, show of force. Low and fast. With an F-18 or whatever the hell it was that flew over. I don't remember in the trailer. But yeah, I am really excited to see that movie. It's great looking cast, I think. Also, Ray Mendoza, I think he does awesome work. And the other gentleman, too, that's a part of it. You know, both of these guys are vets. And so I think it's going to be a really authentic movie. I hope I'm not wrong. And yeah, you know, if you guys have seen it, without spoiling it, what do you guys think? I'll let that go for just a minute or so. Warfare looks better than Civil War. Yes. Civil War I liked, though, because it was a different take. You know what I mean? It was a different thing. So, but he said, damn, I've already had 3 Basil Haydens. Well, James, you probably haven't been talking as much as I have. All right. So there you go. Oh, man. LOL. Shorts and a t-shirt when snow hangs around for decades. Yeah, thankfully we actually had a beautiful day today and it melted all the snow. So now the ground is just very, very wet. All right. So that's all there is to it. I heard good things about Sisu. Obviously want to see that as well. God bless America. And back to my Jessica Simpson fan base. You're a nut, bro. Oh, man. Already, big guy. You have a good night. Looking forward to the next stream. Thank you, Spine Destroyer. Wretch is saying, haven't seen it either. I'm going based on trailers. I know it looks fantastic. So we shall see. Wanted to go, or I have to type everything kind of tough and drinking. Oh, wanted to go on Saturday. I know, me too. FRT triggers on Mark 18s next week. Stay tuned. Okay. I was looking at my desk for mine and I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, I think I'm pretty excited about that. So, Joe, really quick, next coffee with Clint with Monadnock Firearms. There'll be announcements soon. I'm going to have another guest. You know, Alex Edra was the, she was up here hanging out. Like I said, we did the SIG tour and did an entire coffee with Clint and Alex. The next one will be, it'll be pretty good, I think. I think you guys will like it. So it'll be a similar type of thing. All right. So there we have it. Thank you guys again for tuning in. AK Ted on Rumble. It's always good to see you, man. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We all need to meet each other, put faces and names. Hopefully in Knoxville. Again, I really do hope I get to see, as I did last year, I got to see quite a few of you. I got to meet Tanner for the first time in person at Goals, which is, again, in Knoxville, Tennessee, August 9th and 10th. It is open to the public, free for GOA members. Become a member, sign up today, and come and hang out at the Gun Owners Advocacy and Leadership Summit, where you can meet a lot of your favorite people that you see on the internet, which is hopefully a lot of you here right now. We could do this right now, what we're doing, in person, live. I think one night, like Saturday night, we should do a live stream. I'm going to figure that out. I'm sure there's going to be something happening Saturday night, but I'm just saying we should do a live. And all of you that are there, we should all just like get together in like a conference room I think it'd be pretty fun. Hopefully, there's so many of you that, you know, we won't fit in a conference room. It's got to be like an amphitheater or something. Wouldn't that be great, you know? So there you go. If it's not Alec, I'm not coming. That's too funny, dude. But all right, guys. I'm gonna let it be there. Thank you guys again for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out after the internet went down for a little bit. I'm glad the stream stayed up, and here we are now. God bless you guys. God bless our still great nation. And of course, I will see you guys next time very, very soon. Since we did have a little minor interruption tonight, maybe I'll bring, maybe we'll do a Friday live stream. And really, Justin, it would be rude if I end the live stream and we have a super chat I didn't get to. So thank you, everybody that sent in super chats. But Justin, I'll take the 9. Don't knock the Hydra until you're shooting with binos. See, that's the entire point I was making. You were here. How about that? You waited until this moment to send that super chat. I see what you did. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, man. It's always great talking and chilling and hanging out with you guys. I'm going to go sip on this, probably put on a TV show or a movie, and leave it at that. Again, God bless, guys. Y'all stay safe. Carry a gun. And write a representative about how they should be better defending and restoring the Second Amendment. See you guys next time. Oh, I was going to just end the stream and not play my outro. What is wrong with me, man? I gotta pull it up now, and I gotta find it. Hold on, give me a second. All right, there it is. Cool. See you guys next time. That's a lot. How's it doing it? I swear, dude. Technology sometimes. It's ridiculous. I'll stay safe.